Hey, I want to take a little time this morning to update people out there as to how we're doing with the 1639 challenge. You know, where I challenge people to get involved in the fight, donate money to the 1639 Legal Defense Fund in Washington so we could actually fight back against Bloomberg and his heinous anti-gun laws. Well, I want to take a moment here to update people on where we're at. People have been donating. People are even matching my $500. Like you can see Brandon Lamb here that matched my $500 donation. And then there's other people just giving various amounts. As you can see, some dick donated $150 down here. But a lot of people donated 50, 25, 20, 10, 5 even, really made a difference. Those are the people that are making the big difference here. The call out of channels was kind of a bust. There were some channels that actually stepped up. There's Iraq Veteran, Military Arms, Liberty Doll, Coda Boy, Garen Thumb, Military Arms channel. I think I might have said that already. But, I can't say all of them. But, there are some that did step up. But the majority, they did not step up. The majority just either ignored it completely and pretended like they don't know what's going on, or they gave just lip service, or they actually would be snarky and say things that actually damaged the fight because they wanted to be snarky little bitches. And I'm not going to say who that is because I think Twang and Bang knows who he is. But moving on, people stepped up. Minuteman Ammo, a small mom and pop ammo manufacturer here locally, stepped up and donated $1,000. If a small new company like that can do that, makes you wonder why Demo Ranch and Hickok 45 can't do that. But in the end, even though a lot of gun channels didn't, a lot of people did. And we raised a lot of money. Now, I want to point out one donation specifically today. And this is not to shame anybody else's donation. It's just I want to give credit to these people. People over at Aero Precision, they donated $5,000. And they said they're wanting to do more to be involved in the fight. It's nice to see a big company actually step up. If Aero Precision can do this, where's Smith & Wesson? Where's Ruger? Where's Taurus? Where's all these other gun companies or people that make products for firearms, especially the ones inside the state of Washington? So wanted to really acknowledge that and say, that's freaking awesome. But still, I don't want to diminish the fact that, that puts us up to almost $95,000, which means almost $90,000 was raised by people like you and me. And that's no small feat. That's amazing. It shows that when we stand together, we can accomplish such great things. And I wanted to say thank you to people for that. Once again, can't say thank you enough, and I wanted to give you a little update. I also wanted to say tonight that it's also kind of good to see that a lot of the channels that chose not to participate are getting some heat for it. People are getting tired of larger gun channels that want to profiteer off the gun community, even to the point of selling our rights for profit, but they don't want to step up and do anything. And it really is showing, even with channels like Hickok 45, who likes to pretend like I don't watch anyone else's videos or pay attention to anyone else in the gun community, so I don't know what they're saying. That's bullshit, because he even felt the heat to where he had to put out an hour and something minute video explaining why he's not a FUDD. And let me let you all in on a little tiny secret. If you have to make an hour plus video on why you're not a FUDD, well then you're a fucking FUDD. I think that's the last FUDD nail in your FUDD coffin when you have to make that video. So I'm glad to see things like that happening. And it's not just old guys like Hickok getting called out and Demo Ranch getting called out. It's also, some of the channels with, nice racks. And I'm not talking about Hank Strange. I'm talking about American Gun Chick. American Gun Chick decided she wanted to make some comments. I doubt it was her, though. I'm betting it was her husband, boyfriend, whatever this Joe guy is. Someone asked, hey, are you guys going to participate in the 1639 challenge? Instead of just not answering the question or saying yes or saying no, and here's why yes or no, they went into this big spiel that we give more money than most people, that we're producing good products, not just the products from people who sit in their basements and talk into a Best Buy cam or Best Buy microphone. Well, for one, this is not my basement, it's my garage, and I didn't buy my microphone at Best Buy. I bought it on Amazon, so fuck you. But we're the ones really making change, and the people that showed up at the Bundy Ranch, they're the ones really making change. No, they're not. That Bundy Ranch thing didn't do anything to help us. It was great for the Bundys, and it was bad for a lot of people who went because they realized later that, oh, shit, we're backing the wrong horse here. But still, I like things like that. I think that's what a militia's for. But to use that as an example and to try to distract like that when you're just basically being asked, what did you do? It's pretty weak. And it was nice to see people calling them out on it. California EDC called them out. There were several people in their chat saying, hey, just delete the comment or don't answer it. Don't be a bitch about it. Another Yankee called them out here, telling them, like, we're getting tired of people that don't do anything to encourage people to fight for the Second Amendment. It's nice to see people getting called out, despite what they look like. It's nice to see everybody not just going, oh, okay, we'll agree with whatever you say as long as you keep wearing a tactical vest with nothing under it in your videos. It's nice to see people don't fall for that shit. I mean, I don't know much about American Gun Chick. So let me say that right now. Don't really know her, don't know the channel that much, but I don't like that it says Joe and Brickell, because usually when every video shows someone with big titties, but there's a Joe involved, that usually means the big titties are just there as a marketing ploy. I think we all remember Corey and Erica. So that kind of puts me off a little bit. Maybe I won't find out who they are now, but maybe I will. But I just wanted to point out that it's really nice. Oh, and far as them saying, other people aren't making as much change as we are, doing as much as we are. Bitch, I'm bigger than you. My channel's bigger than yours. I'm not the biggest gun channel, but I'm bigger than your channel. So maybe that means I got nicer titties. So deal with that shit. But all kidding aside, I'm glad to see people being called out. I'm glad to see people who just profiteer off the gun community, exploit the gun community, but then either never do anything to help us or actively hurt us. I'm glad to see those people feeling the heat. It's about time. And as much as they say they aren't, we know they are because we judge them on their behavior. So really glad to see that. And I'm also really glad to see that we're getting close to that $100,000 goal. Now, that wasn't a concrete goal. I mean, we'll still continue to raise money after that because the fight's going to cost way more than $100,000. That was just a nice help for the Second Amendment Foundation. But the fact that we're even going to get to it is amazing. We never thought we'd make it to 50, much less to 100. So thrilled, tickled pink, actually. So I wanted to say thank you once again for the people that made it possible. And I want to say I'm glad the people that are not making it possible are feeling the heat. It's just really nice to know that we can come together as people. It's not the big wigs in the gun community that are making the change. It's the little people coming together and saying, fuck those guys. Let's just do it ourselves. And I'm glad to see that. And I thank everyone out there for their participation, because it really is nice to sit here now and think, you know what? When it comes to the court battle against 1639, maybe we might just stand a chance.